Good morning, Salot ina Edlanot. Welcome no abaho andun zinek Dene Yati podcast si Willis Janvier Hushe in Telas Tours in Lalash, Saskatchewan, Clearwater River Dene Nation band member the Hesliu and Dun Zinek Treaty Fort territories no halun Tati Dana Dlianya Chief Teddy Clark Bahel. I know Gabin Dana Neatini, so we weren't able to come on at 10 o'clock, but he's here today doing their impact benefit agreement Yale too. And then I believe next month Salane Treaty Days so we're gonna get right into that. So any questions, what's in it, I'm sure he'll be there to answer them. So Abanul Diu. Welcome. Welcome. Hello, Atlantic Teddy.
Something like good at Willis. How you doing?
Nezu early on
Right.
let's see now Dradu.
Do I'm in the reserve right now. CRDN, Clearwater River, Dene Nation.
Early on,
Treat, treat. Say, don't be such chance in day, but do I say, I'll hear you.
Nizu. So, without, I'm sure you don't need any introduction, but Chief Teddy Clark, during impact benefit agreement, Gani, Talant Ilasino Sani, Sidlant Yawadia, what does it mean, Clearwater River Denny?
Well, first of all, I'll explain what an impact benefit agreement is. Impact benefit agreement day is an agreement that impacts, it impacts our nation and don't mind within the proximity of our traditional territory, proximity within our traditional territory. Territory, and so the impact benefit agreement kind of is a solid agreement between the nation and between industry, and that outlines, the benefits to benefit the community of Clearwater, and of course, like some of the surrounding areas like Washington, and basically that's what it does. It ensures that no gutting guys a day hele. You come to impact benefit agreement hilsing. Now this impact benefit agreement has been the first time ever CRDN for Clearwater First Nations has never been done before. I just want to maybe a brief history going back a few decades, Willis. Back in the 70s, Clough Lake Mine burnt. I don't say, I'm sure you know about that. It was in existence for about 20 some years, maybe almost 30 years. And back in the 70s, then, the name Delu A marked all these in a quim, General Lash of that daily. That would have been early, maybe mid 70s. Meeting who went out and hell. Who sigach ayang tion dini doni lao not only who di how that the sigas a deo than a jobs and a bazu and the see on the community baze benefits only that deal. They call it your queer. I don't think there was anything signed with agreement only just verbal lunt at only. You're bunny the rule, you mind the heart at home, then it shows that in the art is like queer, but the high profile jobs that the mostly just labor work who on the janitorial look on the city land and on the I can't do one they do know it's in then that's not a lot later. But over time, yeah, as he that I know he's not sure, but not to the full extent that they should have, because within our traditional territory they yeah, people have a right, because nicht dadurch auch die that more so than doing it's getting back up there now. I mean, there was a period in time there that but now people are reaching out to the land again. So now a benefits is in a queer holding you see a verbal agreement holding is a body it was not appeared to this scene. Then they didn't guarantee their word. So now, and then just not long ago, I mean, I've been chief. This is my ninth year as chief. with Clearwater, and before that 8 years, I get the Nene Dala, the Weshotan Nene, Himakanasina, the reserve. And I've seen many things because in my profession before I entered politics, the politics there was a lot of different things that happened, but uh, I was already into the business of outfitting and Aslar at Hazen, and then I got into the exploration work. I started seeing a lot of that go on Nara. And a lot of times, see, I would stumble across the Ocean Aslar, Naseut, or bear hunting and Aslar. There's their outfitters out. I mean hunters out. Then and I questioned that. And they're looking for minerals, exploration in that day. And a lot of times we didn't know that. So as I started getting into that business of exploration. I said, well, no, and then I got a little nowadays. Maybe it's it'd be nice to work with us local people. I said, that's before I even got to politics. But as I ventured into politics, I've seen, and then as the exploration started to progress, more and more, and then after a while, there was a good run in lay back in 2000, and from around, I would say, 2010 to about maybe 2016. Okay, it was a good run until the markets crashed. But we still didn't have no impact benefit agreements. But as I become the chief of the Leon, I said, well, and then there's a talk about the discovery, Patterson Lake, Grachatuya discovery, and I was actually a part of that discovery when they discovered that whole uranium. It's a company, a Big Bear contract, and we're doing some exploration work in hell. So, and I kind of knew what the benefits would be, and and how much revenue they're going to be pulling out of there. So I'm thinking to myself, Tough Lake, don't know they're in Leo, and this it's in that little busy, and it's in neither agwats in Hilchon the understand. So once they had the discovery, I said, well, now it's time to get in front of this, and start dealing with these people, and start engaging, because not only that, the benefits we have to make sure we, look after the land. Or you need to late, I don't know. So what you're going to say, and of course we have to, reach out, in different areas and hire professionals in terms of, don't you see, like in that data benefit, impact benefit agreements in that day. So we hired a firm out of Vancouver, and there's a team of negotiators, really, the and they're based out of Vancouver, and there's a team of people that look at negotiators who environmentalists who lead engagement people who they have a team of people that we hired on who, and that's who's been working with us.
Mm.
So the process that would have been about almost 4 years ago, Dwayne. And we went back and forth, and it's not just an overnight thing. And I encourage everybody when they see an updated impact benefit agreement, Baze, that you take your time, because time is on your side then. Because then you control that. You got to make sure that the government and the industry know that you mean business. Kung ilere, no, that's what they do. That then they link. Oh, but you got to be really careful, and and how you read their language, and how you read their literature, and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I've always came to the table with. Then healthy Dari na lubha stare. I tell them, I said, your success is going to be based on our people's success. The meaning that no ya ti bias tune no ya ti benersnis dalasi. Go back in the day and I hate that I see you to indality I hear talent in dala. Call it doing a different story. We've been well educated. You taught in but who's the real Allah. Now we have to go back and reuse those tools against them, which is a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. I mean, هني ثاني ستسينا إذا تيجي تي بقى مفتوح هنذي بدون آز هني ثاني and which is it's evident now that that happens though.
Yeah.
But like I said, we had a good team plus council members previous Sunday here. I had a lot of input into that too, and then and also members that's in the we had our members that had a lot of input. The word of mouth, or you can call it. Um, we started to engage with the members of Johnny after we signed some engagement agreements. I believe that you have to consult with your members. So we had our first meeting ladies on back. I'd say about 3 years on or maybe about 3 years, maybe less. But first hall meeting on, we had a few people there, probably about maybe 40, 50 that had days. And there's questions as doors then I couldn't need to boy do. There's some part to it, some but no and we're gonna meet on different things every quarter. Quarterly we're gonna have meetings at it. Call it pandemic no hurt. So everything had to shut down. Basically, to shut the whole world down. Not down in that.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, but that didn't stop me from something like then as a phone loud to say that so just one I call it to just kind of keep them updated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then recently and then finally we come to we signed the IBA back a couple months ago, but before that, getting there, like I said, the Dene Yati offer, don't take it right away, because you have the advantage that
Mm-hmm.
because I'll tell you a little story, Willis. But almost before the pandemic, anyways, we had a meeting in Saskatoon with Next Gen and also my team of the CNAI, the negotiators and myself and our lawyer and their lawyers. So they are Tirani Yalayer. And they David and a presentation at Sila that was working for Next Gen. Yeah, do Next Gen that is bets in any at Tate and do Signat Yasti or no Yastila. So I said, okay, well, but lang there was sa tabuni their presentation, dani yadla dani yala. So that the soda jeans or t-shirt, the suit that's just who I am, right? So so dani yo if dollars not na Zoer's presentation. Atla and certainly Teddy Clark is saying some chief that's in there. Teddy Clark is okay, their explanation at the I said, yeah, I know. That's not that's the chief of Clearwater, okay, So her Benoris Courageous, assets and all the assets that you guys have up there around Patterson Lake. Something the biggest asset, but I don't follow you, I said, well, no, I mean, what is the biggest asset? What is your main purpose to be there, one of his teammates, their colleagues, I think the chief's referred to uranium. I said, yeah, thank you, And this guy is supposed to be a mining expert. It's not good there with all kinds of degrees, but so I said, yeah. I said, now, the chief, no disrespect, but I'm going to refer to some rights in the Now he's going to educate me on our rights. That's not cool. And he said, well, according to the law, any Crown Land Bazu, and according to the law that in the traditional territory, you guys are only have rights to about 2 feet from surface down, Yeah, and so I said, yeah, you're right, I said, now, you no need to educate me on that, but that's not what I thought I knew about that. I knew a lot of our rights, I said. Now, let me educate you, I said, now, I got another question for yours. Since you're the mining expert, I said, how do you intend to extract the resources down below, that's sitting there that you guys have identified? How do you intend to, step by step, tell me how the Well, first of all, we have to go in. We have to survey the whole area again, and then we have to look at all these different areas and clear some areas, and start drilling, and start underground mine, honey. And then I said, well, in order for you to do that, what do you need to do first, Elisi? Boris Anala. He says, well, yeah, we got to go through your 2 feet of your right, the inherited right, as if yours in Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
so I said, yeah, I said, you're a smart man, Elisi.
yeah.
You know what that means, Elisi? I said, no, 2 feet of the inherited right in the Elisi holds a lot of weight and a lot of water, Elisi. Now, I think that's going to be our stepping stone to our foundation, to our negotiating, Elisi. So that's how it went by, and when I say that, no tezu deals on this, it's best to really research you and to look at all these other agreements that are gone in the past, because some agreements that gone not gone about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not mocking anybody on it, but sometimes you got to take the time and kind of slowly research everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so going through, that's how we went by it. And then, so with the benefit agreement, that the first offer in Huilia was very low in terms of royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so being sarcastic in that meeting, CRC, I said, you know what? I said, you don't, and compared to the millions of, hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue that you guys are going to extract, I said, and you're looking at close to maybe 7 to 8 million 800 million a year from the resources. I said, and you guys are offering us peanuts. I said, you're elephant on the what do you mean? And he said, well, you're giving me peanuts. Oh, I got to feed the peanuts to somebody.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth like that. We went back and forth. There was a few meetings like that with council, myself, and other, our team on some. And then finally, our final meeting, we weren't really getting anywhere. So what we did was I said, okay, well, I think they're not getting anywhere with with this level of people. So I think we'll go higher. I said, maybe go to the investors, or maybe go to the shareholders, and stuff like that, and deal with those people. I said, this is so now they CEO I told him, I said, this is going to be our last meeting, honestly, because we're not getting anywhere. There's an agreement today that is going to benefit everybody, and that's it's like it's going to work for everybody here. So today, I think we're going to have a long wait before you break ground.
Yeah.
So after that day, we deliberate back and forth. We finally came up with a good number that would satisfy everything, and not only that, the agreement will ensure that CRDN, is awarded certain contracts through labor, Bazu, and all that stuff. Good, good royalties, and the numbers are pretty high. I don't think I'm shy to even say that now. I mean, you're looking into the neighborhood of maybe roughly 60 to maybe 80 million a year. Going to see and it's no
Yeah.
secret. It's been out already. I mean, by all but I think some of our meetings and have been mentioned already in public. So I don't think it's a secret anymore. But
Yeah.
I mean, with that kind of money, that the band has never received any kind of money like that before.
Yeah.
Of all the years that we've had it, and that was the opportunity. So the benefit, their impact benefit agreement, they call it one of the most biggest and most historical IBA that was made, especially with First Nations on this side. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, on the east side, I mean, there's some impact benefit agreements. I'm not quite sure what their agreements are, but I'm sure they're pretty good too as well.
Yeah.
Uh, but like they're saying, this is one of the biggest we've made so far, and it's something to be proud of. I mean, it's not only Sineyilu. There's a lot of people that were involved. A lot of members were involved, and we had those meetings down in Leo at Clearwater, Ganthila. We had 4 days of meetings in Leo, and we didn't attract everybody. I mean, there's a good majority, not that big, but the consensus of that was really good.
Nezu. A lot of good stuff. Kind of the history in Nisaba Barin Denu, and one of the things you said is, Dene Nisse Bala Titot Inaderit Ailudu, Nohaya Tietu Atlanin Yarinat Shondala. And aside from Tamba Danahal yet, what are some of the things Gani Huni Zilat Lao labor work who contract maybe schooling un konti si behaluit
Yeah,
impact agreement.
yeah, there is train and noon programs. And right now, see, like a lot of the stuff that impact benefit agree to sign, yeah, it doesn't mean there's going to be money rolling in right away and lead it. So production only there that's when you start seeing the money come in. But now that's going to take maybe another 2 to 3 years. Look at that. But within that time frame, Astana, we got our team and present council and the past council that we've worked with. How to proceed because we got to get our people ready now. Don't train we got to do some training, social development, do it. So right now we're in the works on that. You're looking at different jobs. I mean, laborers, you got heavy equipment people, you got welders, so there's going to be a good neighborhood of you're looking at anywhere in between 500 to 600 people, but they're going to build 1,000-man camp during the construction phase. So that means there's going to be a lot of people coming and going. Then production only their day, then they go down to about 500 or 600 people. So that means majority of that, hopefully a lot of our people are going to be there. But in order for us to do that, they need to work with us and get their training, get all their skills in place. We got lots of heavy equipment operators. We got but we jack of all trades.
Yeah. Nezo. It's a very important. Aside from that, it'd be good to see. The engineers do condisia. A lot of in those professions instead of just labor, HEOs who contia. Could construction is going to be pretty busy. It takes and maybe to do gravel. Maybe you see that paved halyas or what? Because I know Tough Lake Mine, they did, konti see no what are we going to see that kind of development?
Well, I'm not quite sure what is going to develop. Azon, we're definitely going to be talking about infrastructure in terms of upgrading the roads. Toulouse upgrade, I don't know about pave how to the. It's kind of hard to say, but I mean, there's only because minding Helu than it's not me. There's other Tulu.
Yeah.
Then it's like every weekend, even weekdays, you see no neither day. Then it's hidden that all. But now you mentioned that Willis, will be in this whole. I mean, they're going to be seeing in anything. A year taxes. Now,
Internet's a little.
Yeah, slow. Yeah.
Yeah. You're cutting out a bit. But yeah, I that Irineo Shanako Sarint Adet, one of the things they gani to Luhon di Sigala and Nik ol Niha. Kutlant Uatlada la da is there's gonna be somebody Clearwater River Dene Nation to look after, kind of oversee, check in with the industry going forward.
Yeah, it's a good question because one of the things that environmental modeling.
Hey, Nis Tadazan.
The things that we're
Sarinto. How about often Leo sits on phone and Leo? Alrighty there. We're not done yet. I'm still gonna call him and because a lot of good stuff. I know res Wi-Fi is something. You know.
Well,
Hey.
yeah.
Alrighty, so I got you back there on, and Kani, that question I asked you, Chief Teddy Clark, Ani, Clearwater, it's in Tantaya, hal ala now to, or is this just, I know, see myself mining, 14 years mining, I know I've seen, a lot of good and also a lot of bad too, but I know then I saw it, or else adin nila. And don't ay ni base that in terms of continuation, just to make sure at dinner they're doing their due diligence of just not going in there, destroying, and then taking and leaving.
Exactly, yeah. So we don't have a video feed, but you got audio feed right now, Willis?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so yeah, you didn't. We talked. That's one of the things that one of the most priority. That's we made priority is to ensure that it's Nikon will get because Telu or Lumigala double the siege to Jaja daily. So one of the things we did was back so one of the ideas we threw on the table is we gotta have people to do. We gotta have our own. You still there with me, Willis?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
My phone's a phone that search studies on that. So, anyways, environmental monitors for now. And what we're going to do there is we're going to be training alongside of other the environmental geologists when they see there's a lady we're going to Dene Yati. She's gone to school for the environmental and stuff like that. She's going to be working closely with us. We brought her on not to end up for some of that stuff, and she'll be a big part of that too. And one of the environmental monitors are going to do is to work alongside Mine Adalat now, not just to check in and check out it, but to be there and work alongside other geologists, the environmental people, right? So to ensure that ESC guys do, and I'll be honest with you, it's the industry through government. I don't have too much trust in them. Not that he has about it, because they can, they can say things are all good, but if our own people are there, then we're going to rely on their report and their eyes on the ground, boots on the ground, eyes on the ground, and everything, right? So that's what we're going to do.
Nazu. And Durit, I've got actually a question from a listener doing a question for the chief on Patterson Lake. I live in Fond du Lac, originally from Back Lake. Worked in Arano and safety department 5 years, HEO, Arriva, and I see a lot of West Side and Southern workers working in northern mine sites, especially at Gunner, Uranium City. And are you going to include Athabasca, Dene in your region to work, especially at Patterson Lake? Rook One project with Next Gen, Henny.
Yeah, well, labor force at Johnny will lead on to that. I mean, it's going to be pretty big, and I'm sure there's going to be other workers from different areas on this. And in terms of, I know that a lot of our people work on the east side, and of course, we're not just going to try to ball ourselves up and say no, the west side needs and because different people are going to be coming and working here and there. I mean, we probably don't have all the workforce here, so of course, I'm sure there'll be other people from different regions that'll be working up there.
Yeah. Then there's always a spot up north for sure. Kuyit, impact a lot of good stuff. Hopefully, no other issues in the future. And that date, their agreement and all of our people benefit from it for sure. Maybe next month they say treaty days don't see maybe say no halun dai.
Okay, yeah. Well, treaty days has been a long time coming. We hadn't had treaty days on the last their pandemic. So back in the day when some people were saying 3 days on Amazon, and I said, yeah, we're going to have it, and I think it's going to be a week long, and that's what's going to happen. June 21st, I'm going to do right to the 26th. That's going to be a reserve galaja.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a lot of different activities, a lot of different vendors. So that in that day, there's going to be also see that we kind of invited a lot of industry people that are working with us. They wanted to be there as well, so people can come out and ask questions or going to see how this up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like a job fair land and in a sense too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people themselves can directly ask these companies, so it's really good like that. But there's going to be a lot of different activities, family activities. We got a lot of different events, featured events, like the monster trucks. We got these stunt bike, motorbike. So there's going to be a lot of different things happen within those 6 days. So I invite everybody to come out and enjoy those days. So June 21st, June
June 21st to the 26th. Yeah, Nezu, I got one more question. I don't know if this is a serious one. Teddy, can I transfer my band to yours, Nezedi? Yeah. No, I'm gonna speak on as a member myself. No, we can no take anyone else.
Yeah. Right now, Willis, we've climbed, talking about membership. I mean, honestly, that we're only at 19, I think almost a little over 1,800 membership, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And within the last 2 years, I think we've climbed over 3,000 members now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
know.
So
we've reached a pretty high number so far.
Yeah,
I've had similar requests from a lot of different bands asking to transfer. I said, well, I don't know if we can take any more right now. I said,
yeah, it wouldn't be a good thing. Well, Chief Teddy Clark doing Zinig and and this impact benefit agreement and of course Treaty Days Nake Nene. I am kind of tired of saying Nake Nene but it's finally gonna happen June 21st, 26th. In Telas Tuino Day to go check it out, and maybe another day we can talk about this again. Masi Choners.
Yeah, and Willis, thank you for inviting me on your podcast here. It's good to watch you, and I usually watch every now and then, and doing a good job to getting the message out there, Dene Yati, especially. And if you're free on those days, you're more than welcome to come out and maybe do a live podcast right from our grounds there. If you want, we can make some arrangements there for you.
Yeah, for sure. That would be cool to see. So, Masi Cho, Chief Teddy Clark.
Thank you, Willis.
Masi. Alrighty, Salat in a Chief Teddy Clark at Dilano Halian Impact Benefit Agreement. Aside from Tamba, Tamba is just gonna be there because the Fort McMurray last and it's been going on there, and then a lot of people, I'm sure they're concerned about Basu, and I know Oil Sands Quest there was supposed to be, but that didn't happen, and doing uranium and industry is all around us. It's you got to see the positive in it. You got to be willing to go to work. Not just one shift, 2 shifts, and in another day within the next few years, a lot of construction. And it'd be cool to see. There's there's so many encouraged people that school training programs. Get yourself into them. See, for myself, Syncrude, how I work directly for Syncrude, and over time, it was hard to advance, than Hari Yailo, see, who and that's just my experience. I'm not going to say it's going to be like that there, but the more indigenous people, in those roles, the farther we're going to get as a people. That's what I think. And, it's good to have a labor job to start off day, but strive for something. whether engineer took older and learn and more of those roles. I would like to see more Dene Suchlina people and indigenous in general. Asada le dare and I'm sure another day, we'll hear about it because this is something very important. Like aside from Dr. Sambasi, it doesn't matter. Ni dena ni ala again is all chutila from that land, and yeah. So it's very important myself, even though you're not Sterlakola, I'm still a member, I'm still a part of. I eat so I always look at both. Just both unishi, and Astana, we're in 2022, so I eat it's been very good. I know it's been a little late, 10 o'clock on this Nicola chief. He got tied up this morning. So we had to push back a bit, but June 21st to 26th, Clearwater River Dene Treaty Days nunt Aza. Lots of good stuff in Eli. I haven't seen any of the events and then industry in Dandinadia Nila. Kind of like a job fair, I guess, information that so very good. Go check them out. Arrange Kurde, it's not a bad thing. If you're curious, don't let that curiosity die because it's gonna lead you somewhere. That's what I've learned. I see. Just then I know Fred Dene cheesy that I reached credit and letter, So it's very good to have. And it masi choner who sees hello in doing zinnig no barrel leo and take I believe no barrel yana adult new is still a lot of that nake nene de dairy decoy is still people getting sick and all that stuff. It's still there. So I'm actually going to be live again tonight, Duna. We're going to be talking about mental health. So we'll see you all tonight. Masicho Nabara Once again.